everybody doing? Welcome back. This is the JR Wisdom channel. I appreciate you guys tuning in once again and checking out my videos. Haven't been on in a while, and I'd like to apologize to you guys. I just had some free time because I'm making a little trip to pick some stuff up. So just wanted to talk about something that I was talking about on social media today, and it's in reference to this word toxic, right? Let's talk about this word toxic. We're seeing this word, a lot of us who are on social media, even television and things, like that, which is a form of social media as well. We're constantly seeing this person's toxic. He's toxic, she's toxic, this situation. And basically everything is taking off any responsibility of any wrongdoing, if you want to call it toxic wrongdoing, obviously. It's taken away and placed on one person in particular. So I've been meaning to talk about it, but it's just like we have to stop with this toxic situation of identifying someone in a certain manner like this, but at the same time we enable or we allow people to conduct themselves in this manner. So if we allow people to conduct themselves in this manner, are they really toxic? Let's just think about that. Are they really toxic? Or is it that they have power? They have some type of power. It's not necessarily toxic when you think about it. It's power. And I wrote it down and I made a few posts today. When we look at the nature or the definition of power, and I'm going to try and paraphrase it, but having power is the capacity or ability to direct or influence the behavior of others or course of events. So if you have, for a lot of you guys and gals, particularly ladies, talk about this a lot. If you're allowing a man to constantly come back into your life, use you for sex, use you for your car, even though everything else he's not really a good person in your capacity, the way you're saying, but you're allowing it, and then you turn around and you tell your girlfriends or you go on social media and call them toxic. It's not toxic. It's power. He's not forcing you to do anything. You're allowing it at that point. You're allowing it. So that person isn't necessarily toxic. You know what I mean? So we have to really stop talking about that and addressing it in that matter. Real power for all of us is observing your emotions when it comes to these times where you feel like you are weak for someone and things like that, and you tend to go running back to them. That's something that needs to be addressed. It's not about being woke, superior, or feeling like you're better than someone in these capacities. You can't, some people try to make things work so badly. You can't argue with, you can't communicate, you can't date, even procreate with some people that lacks understanding. But we try to force it, and that's where I'm getting into this power and force thing. You're trying to force situations, you're trying to force people into being something or behaving in a way other than who they are. And that's where toxicity comes in. That's what someone who's toxic is trying to force something. You have the water and then you have the Coca-Cola relationship. But someone who's toxic is someone who's trying to force someone into doing something or being something that they want them to be. And that's just not the way we were created. Power is where it's at. And when I say power, you might say, well, that is being forceful. No, it's not. It's passive. When you have that power, you are that person. You demand. When I say demand, you're not going to put up for anything less. You're not going to put up for their shenanigans. You're not going to put up with any of this tomfoolery, so to speak. You're not going to tolerate it. That's power. That's you being you. That's you observing your emotions instead of reacting to them in that capacity. So I just want you guys to ponder that and actually think about that, and just stop throwing that term around, because it's a cop out on certain things when you are contributing to the tomfoolery. At the end of the day, you're directly contributing into it, and it's definitely not necessary. We are all beings with the sovereign will. You're in control of your life, how you act, how you conduct yourself on a daily basis. It's all within your realm of feelings, emotions, control, vibe, frequency, all of that. You have the ability to affect that. You have the ability to change that. And I would like people to understand that. When we talk about even things like the law of attraction, attracting and manifesting things in your life doesn't come from forcing it. You don't force people. If you're chasing behind someone, what are you doing? You're trying to force something to happen. When you're chasing behind someone, that's force. That's not power. That's how your life should just flow. You shouldn't have to force things. Things should come natural. Things should manifest natural by the way you exert your power onto this plane of existence that we're in. The way your vibration, your frequency, the way you conduct yourself, not trying to force it. And that's where a lot of us run into issues in understanding. You know, you look at people who are manifesting, passively. I'm sorry to keep saying, that's just the way I talk, for all of you guys who get offended by me saying, it's passive for some people, and that's the goal, I think, for a lot of us who are trying to wake up and trying to attract things and trying to live better lives. We're trying to get it to where we can do it passively. That flower of life, that jumping frequencies that you might have heard of. So, just food for thought. Power, force. We should never force anything, because the outcome that comes from it is not gonna affect us in the way that we want it to. And it doesn't feel, and it's very disingenuous if you have to force someone to do anything. So, that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry I haven't been on. I apologize for those of you guys who have been looking out for my videos and I haven't been delivering. It's just when it comes to making these videos, mentally, I have to be in a certain space mentally. And you can have it boiled down into discipline and things like that. I mean, that's fine. I lack discipline in that aspect, and for whether you want to call them fans, subscribers who look forward to me, I'm sorry look forward to me putting out videos. I'm sorry that I let you down, and I am letting you down in that aspect. But I'm trying to, just as you're working on yourself, I'm working on myself. I don't have all the answers to this world and what goes on into it. I'm trying to be that mental alchemist, so to speak, for lack of better terms, that de facto psychologist. I'm working on myself every day, just like you guys are working on yourself, and I try to share what's going on in my journey and the challenges that I've come across and things that I face from day to day, because the goal is to reach that level of enlightenment, but being able to stay there, or being able to change those frequencies is basically like cracking the code, which is something that I'm still working on as well. That point of, like I said previously, observing your emotions and being able to tap in and realize that it's happening, whether you contribute to it or not, it's still going to happen. Things are still going to happen. Everything is not going to be perfect, so that's why it's so important to observe your emotions and not get down on yourself and not fall into despair. That's one of the biggest things. So with that being said, you guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys still commenting, things like that, still leaving encouraging words, even though I haven't been through some big tragedy, but you guys leaving encouraging words about my videos and continue to watch them. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Peace be upon you in the mercy and blessings of the Almighty. And like, share, comment, and subscribe as usual. Peace. I'm out.